Hi, it's Travis White with the Persuasive Communication Tip of the Week. One of the things I find as I get older that I like to do is to go back and reread articles that I read many years ago to see if I can tease out any new meaning from those articles. Recently I reread an article called What Makes a Leader by Daniel Goleman from the Harvard Business Review in 1998. And it's one that I want to bring to your attention because it has a lot to do with how to lead and how to lead effectively. And Goleman says that there are two types of leaders. One type of leader just maximizes his or her own performance, his or her own effectiveness. The second type of leader maximizes not only his or her performance, but the performance of all the team that he or she is leading. Clearly you want to be that second kind of leader. What does Daniel Goleman say is the requisite for becoming that second kind of leader, one that maximizes the performance not only of his or her own role, but also of the team? Now, Daniel Goleman says there's 5 things to it. He calls it emotional intelligence, and I'd just like to walk through the 5 criteria that Goleman mentions. First is self-awareness, just knowing your strengths and weaknesses. What are you good at? What are you not good at? Emphasizing what you're good at and finding support for what you're not good at. Example from my own life in sales situations, I'm really good at setting up a sales situation, at framing the argument. I'm not very good at closing the argument or closing the deal. So I'm a setup guy. I know that. I concentrate on becoming a better setup guy. One of my weaknesses, I'm not a closer. So I work with people who are good closers. So that self-awareness can help you perform better, can help your team perform better. Another one is self-regulation, just being able to control yourself. And sometimes that means controlling your temper, controlling your emotions, and reacting neutrally to situations that might really want to set you off in an angry kind of temper tantrum. So being able to react to, not to the emotional level, but to the logical level. Motivation. Are you motivated? Are you driven to achieve, mainly because you're driven to achieve? I think there are a lot of people who don't need money to be motivated. They are motivated already. They're excited. They have that fire in the belly that we talk about sometimes, and they're motivated to do things because it feels good to do things. It feels good to achieve certain objectives or goals. Another one is empathy, and that is the ability to see the world from another person's perspective. A lot of us have that. I know my wife has a lot of empathy. She can certainly see the world from my point of view, and that helps her communicate with me more effectively. It also helps to build trust, and once again, trust is the basis of good communication. So empathy, the ability to see the world from another person's perspective. And then social skill, and that is the ability to manage relationships, to establish rapport with people, and to therefore be persuasive. And again, that rapport, trust, persuasion, all part of the classic elements of Greek rhetoric. So emotional intelligence, to sum up, 5 parts: self-awareness, knowing what you're good at and what you're not good at, and being able to fill in for those things that you're not good at with people who are good at them. Self-regulation, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Fortunately, all of these are things that you can learn. It's not just an ingrained, born with it kind of variable. It's stuff that you can learn. And go back to this article, Daniel Goleman, What Makes a Leader, and he'll give you some hints on how you can learn to improve your emotional intelligence. That's the Persuasive Communication Tip of the Week. See you again next week.